All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, man, first of all, thank y'all for listening to the show, and we thank all of our listeners. Listen, I'm just going to have a quick conversation right quick. I want to tell our parents out here, man, I know it's rough out here, and I know y'all are dealing with a lot of stuff, and in today's society with your kids and with relatives, family members, what have you, I just want to encourage our parents, just give you a word of encouragement this morning, and just with one piece of parenting advice. The first piece of parenting advice that I'm going to give you, if you like who you are, if you like who you have become, if you like the person that you are, then give the same thing to your kids. And what I mean by that is give kids more of what you had as opposed to what you did not have. Giving kids what you didn't have or whatever is creating a generation of entitled people. And as an adult, if you hate entitlement and if you hate entitled people, don't create them. Make them look 2-year-old. My grandson has been taking out the garbage since he was 2 years old. 2.
Yes.
2. Dragging, I'm talking about can't even take the garbage bag out of the garbage can, and I just sit there and wash dishes and let him figure it out, and he'll lay the garbage can down and pull it out, using his ingenuity to figure out how to get the garbage bag out at 2 years old, and drag it across the kitchen floor into the garage, and at that point I go and help him, and I make sure that he got some lift into it to help me push it into the big garbage can. You know, and giving them stuff and having them out there in the yard doing little chores and little small responsibilities. This is how you create kings. And you wouldn't believe the women. You wouldn't believe the women that came on my Facebook page disrespecting me and undermining me and trying to emasculate me by telling me, why do you got that baby taking out the garbage and doing work in the yard? And that's the problem, because you got a lot of young men walking around here that's trying to date your daughters, and if they have a flat tire, he can't even get out and change the flat or fix the flat or do anything to protect your daughter. And he's sitting in the car with the seat laid back while your daughter pump gas while she's driving and paying for the gas.
Message.
Yeah, you and your little boyfriends. Yeah, 2 earrings in their ear at 6 years old and kissing them in the mouth. My little man, as opposed to being his mother. So don't undermine me or whatever, but the point is, everybody out there, man, don't feel guilty for being a great parent. All you tough parents out there, stick to your parenting principles. Stick and teach the same principle. Now, you know, you do you know, ain't no telephones, you got cell phones now. You have to make some changes with the time. You just can't be all the way old school. But those basic parenting principles, good morning, yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir, thank you kindly, please, good morning, may I. Take the word want, W-A-N-T, out of your child's vocabulary, because want is a demand. I say, I want a cookie. I say, who you think you're talking to? May I have a cookie, please? Absolutely, you sure can. And that goes all the way up into their adulthood. And when they get grown, then you start getting the kind of phone calls that Rock T and Crystal get, that Special K and Shari get, that Maria and her awesome husband get. Your kids are so mannerable and respectful. I'm going to give them a job. I'm going to let them into this program at our university. We're going to give them a scholarship. Sometimes it ain't even a grade. Sometimes just having manners and respect and sense enough to say thank you and please goes a long way with a lot of people like me. Because I'd rather you have some good manners and operate in the level of humility and have home training as opposed to being real good at your job. Because a lot of people are good at the job, but they don't have no damn home training and respect. See, the worst thing you can ever do to me is disrespect me, because I pride myself in being respectful. So when I get disrespected, I'm real mad. I'm on 10. Because I'm real sensitive about how about not disrespecting others. Now, I have boundaries, and some people try to mix boundaries up with being disrespectful, but boundary is a boundary. But I want you to stick to your parenting principles. Do not allow the outside environment make you change, right? Because if you don't like what you're seeing out there, these 30 years olds out here murdering and the carnage that's going on, if you don't want your child to be like that and be a part of that, that's affecting our community, stick to your parenting principles that you were taught. And the message is, give more kids what you had as opposed to what you did not have. Let them work for it. Let them wash the dishes. Let them hurt. Let them go outside and fall. Let them fall out the bicycle and get a scratch on their knee. They'll be fine. It's going to toughen them up. And that's what's wrong with today's society. Kids are not tough. So keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. Go in your room and cry if you have to. Oh, Lord, I done hurt little Rickey feelings. Let me go in here and cry. But, hey, stand on your principles. I still meant what I said, and I said what I said, and I meant what I said, and that's it. All right? So there you go. So just if you don't like what's going on in today's society, then you be part of the change. Because like my old pastor used to say, charity starts at home. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.